Hey, what is up you guys, and happy Friday. Welcome back to another video. Today I have my cousin in the chair, and it's been a little over a month since I cut his hair, and as you can see he definitely needs one. So his dad told me to cut it really short, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do my thing, start brushing his hair into place, and get this thing cut. The first thing I'm going to do is start with a number 7 guard. I just wanted to see how much it would take off, and I decided to show him, and he was not happy, you guys. He didn't want it cut short at all, but if the parents say cut it this way, then that's just what we do. But I'm going to go ahead and go front to back to front, side to side. Just going to make sure that I get it all even all the way around his head. On this next step, I'm going to go ahead with a number 2 guard and the lever all the way open, meaning the lever all the way down. I'm just going to go all the way around his head and make sure everything's even on the side. And this will be the base guideline for his hair. For this first guideline, I'm going to be starting at about the midway point, and I'm going to go all the way around the head with my wall trimmers. Don't worry if the line when you're going around the head is not perfect. You can always go back around and just touch everything up and make sure that it's all even all the way around. And with these same trimmers, I'm going to go ahead and just clean up everything all the way around underneath the hair. Now I'm just going to focus on the left side of his head. I'm going to start with my Bronze Series 9 foil trimmers and just clean up all that hair underneath. This is getting it down to a skin, very smooth. This is the way he likes it, and it just makes the haircut pop just a little bit more. With the second guideline getting started, I have my ion wireless clippers, and the lever is all the way open, and I'm going to go a little bit higher on this next guideline because I kind of want the fade to be a little bit more kind of like a medium high fade. You guys will see a little later why I decided to go a little higher with the fade, but I'm going to start with the number 1 clipper and just start blending right into that, like the darker area. And right after that, with no guard on, I'm just going to start blending out that second guideline that we created. The lever is about halfway closed, and then go ahead and adjust it to the all the way closed mark if needed, just to ensure that you can get that second guideline blended out as best as possible. You guys might have noticed on both of my clippers so far that I got these new Primo grips. I got them for Father's Day, and I really like them. It was a pack of 5. You can get a pack of 5 of them on Amazon for $10, and they just add a really nice grip to your clippers. That way it limits the odds of you actually dropping your clippers or them slipping out of your hands. But I really like them, you guys. Feels really nice in the hands. It's not awkward to hold the clippers at all, and it just gives me a little bit of extra security. With the consistency and just the way his hair is, it takes a little more extra work just to blend it out. So you guys will be noticing throughout this cut, at least on this side, I got to keep coming back with the different clippers, such as the 1 guard, the half guard, and then I'll take like the guard off towards no guard and just adjust the lever from open to close. And that's just helping me throughout this haircut to really like blend down this hair is all. For sure you guys will run into somebody eventually, and quite a few people with this type of hair, and the best advice I can give you is just to stay consistent and be patient. Don't get scared to keep blending up into the hair. You're probably going to need to, but just use the corner of the blades as so, and eventually it's going to start blending down very nicely, you guys. Using some of my favorite trimmers, the Andy Slimline Pros, I'm just gonna clean up underneath. There was a line, you probably can't see it in the video, but there was a line from the initial first guideline that we created, and I was just blending that out. I did go ahead and switch to my wall magic clippers, and I'm just going right back into it like I told you guys I would with the one guard. Now I'm here with the half guard, adjusting the lever from open to close, and eventually I'll go ahead and use no guard with the same steps, just using the lever open to close. Trying my best not to create another guideline in the process. That way we don't push the hair up any higher than what it already is. Now that I got it blended down to my liking, with my Bronze Series 9, I'm just going to do a little flicking motion at the very bottom line, and this just makes it kind of like disappear and gives it like a nice little fade effect in the process. Now that we're moving on to the next side, the steps are going to be pretty similar. I do kind of switch it up on this side just since I did the other side. I'm kind of aware what needs to be done in order to blend this out a little quicker. That way I'm not spending too much time going from multiple clippers and just using a lot of guards. But if you guys are looking for a foil shaver, you can get this one for $214 on Amazon. That's a 20% discount, and I definitely recommend it if you guys are looking for a nice foil shaver, not just for your hair but also for your facial hair. This is the 1.5 guard, just trimming down this whole side, really cutting down a lot of this bulk. That way it's a little more easier to blend out. With this second guideline, I start with the lever all the way open, and then I just go straight into blending it out with the lever all the way closed. If it's not blended out when you guys use your clipper, do not be afraid to use your trimmer. Just remember to use the corner of the trimmer, that way you don't accidentally push up too high and create another line in the process. So in the initial step, remember I was using the 1.5 guard, which is my red blade. Now I got my gray blade on, which is the number 1 guard, and I'm going to start with the lever all the way open and blend out, and now I have it all the way closed, and I'm just going to blend out that line. So you guys can probably see that I cut down a few extra steps, and I've just gotten this side blended out a lot better. The only issue I had with this haircut is this back right piece that I just worked on. It was giving me a lot of problems, and it was just a pain to blend out. With his hair, depending on the angle you're looking at it, it might look darker or lighter in certain conditions, but I was very careful while cutting this part and try to use just the corner of the blades and not push up any higher than I really had to. Now I wanted to come back on this side and just touch it up a little bit, just clean up the lines a little bit, make sure it's blended right, make sure I'm not seeing a harsh line all the way around his head. Just using both clippers. Here's with the number 1 guard going against the grain, with the grain, and just making sure it's looking good, guys. It's time for some clipper over comb. I got my Oster blending comb with the number 1 guard on and the levers all the way open, and I'm just blending up into like the highest point of his hair. There was a lot of bulk there, so I'm just taking a lot of that down right here, as you can see with this blending comb. As you guys can see, I have done my best to make sure that that back line was blended out as best as I could get it, and now it's time to get this lineup right. I'm going to start off with my Andy Slimline Pros and just start getting a lot of these baby hairs out the way. You can't see them in the video, but they're very prickly, so I decided to use my scissors just to kind of not have to dig into the hair. This was just a safer option. To finish cleaning up this lineup, I got my Andy's T outliners, and these things are very sharp, you guys. I like to use these for detailing, maybe doing some pieces of a design. They're just very sharp. They make everything look really crisp, and I really recommend these. And let's go ahead and go back to the beginning, just in case you forgot what the haircut looked like. I mean, it was really long, you guys, and I think this is a pretty dope transformation. So go ahead and let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.